Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Fox Aquatic. I'd like to say hello to our 7 subscribers. Hopefully, some of you guys will be watching this week. This will be our last show for January. It is January 30th today. And hey! Oh, it's the end of the Fishiversary month. So hopefully that just means that when I'm a year and a month into fish keeping, that I will continue to learn as much as I have. This is the end of my first year of fish keeping, and that's what I hope you guys are here to see, is a new hobbyist kind of learning as they go and sharing everything that they're learning as they're going with you. Let's see, I can't read that. That's too far away. I put my notes on sticky notes, and that one was too far away. It's me telling myself that I am supposed to tell you guys that I will share everything. When I have a victory, when I have a complete failure, all of that's going to end up on camera. So I guess this means that we get to roll into the show proper. And so that means we transition to this scene, and
my dwarf hairgrass
in my tanks there's nothing too exciting to report. The snails are still being snails. The shrimp tank is still empty, and a Chardalon looks awesome, so I had a video of him ready for you guys today. I thought you guys would enjoy getting to hang out with my little swimmy buddy for a little while there. I took this video this morning. He's pretty interested in the camera. Some of my fish don't. I hope that you poor people were not hearing a ton of audio from that. So let's. I apologize for that. I thought I had that muted. And note to self, check that more carefully in the future. See, I am sharing the fails. But yeah, it's all going well since we rewired the air, which is what I'm going to talk about next. If you have... Okay, I gotta push this button here. If you have been following the channel, you will have seen this at the end of the bonus content episode I put out over the weekend. But it is showing where my pump is stashed in a box for sound dampening, the carefully arranged airline tubes. It's a 2-output pump. They are both running into the same gang valve to kind of up the amount of pressure we have so that we can run a few more sponge filters and put off upgrading the pump for longer. And you can see the whole thing working. If you want to see how I did it, all the details, we do have linked in the comments down below. We have linked the bonus content episode if you haven't seen it yet. Otherwise, we've just kind of got the quick rundown here. Full listing of what products I used are all in the bonus content episode. It's mostly pretty basic stuff. The only thing that I could not find locally was the nickel gang valve. Otherwise, it's all pretty basic. So, but yeah, I highly recommend dampening your pump with a Rubbermaid box. I've had no regrets whatsoever about putting in the effort to do that. It has really quieted things down in here. But then we get into the promise I made. We are going to talk about algae again, because every fish keeper has to deal with algae. Last episode we talked a lot about green spot algae, and to cope with the green spot algae, I went to the trouble of building the media basket that you can see installed in the sump area of my Fluval Spec 5. It is built out of plastic canvas sewn together with acrylic yarn. You use acrylic yarn because the acrylic yarn does not decay. It's a plasticky fiber, so it lasts a lot longer. And I only put that in yesterday, so we have not seen a real improvement on the green spot, but hopefully bringing the phosphorus level down, because the remineralizer I was using, well, still am using, has a very high phosphorus content. So, well, phosphate content. So hopefully getting that phosphate down will help. The media I decided to use is Phosguard. And then we have the very, very fun, where did I put that? Must be there. Ah, it is. There we go. Sorry, I need to organize my scenes better in this software, because that is not what is supposed to be active. I am not necessarily the best at running this. I have to turn that video off. And where is it? Ah, there it is. Okay. The video is turned off. As you can see, the background picture is a picture of the algae that I think is Staghorn algae based on my research. It's been growing like that on my Amazon sword for quite a while now. And I did a lot of research about it. And eventually my research, which, by the way, relevant links are linked in the comments, but the research has indicated that iron deficiency is what frequently leads to Staghorn algae. So I did the math again. Rotala Butterfly's calculator helped a lot, and based on the research, it appears that my iron is low. So now I need to address an iron deficiency. And so there's a couple of options. Seachem makes a Flourish iron product, but more and more you see mentions of people using dry fertilizers. And it's appealing. They're really cheap. I actually found a website, it's nilocgaquatics.com, and they have super reasonable prices on dry fertilizers. So I'd love to hear what you guys think, if you have experience. I mean, I'm super new at this, so I would love it if you have opinions about dry ferts and what goes into them. If you would post them right down below, the comment button. Be super helpful if you guys could maybe give some advice. I'm thinking about just buying probably whatever product is used in the mix that makes up the Flourish iron. I actually really like Seachem's products. I've had good luck with them. And I figure if I can make an imitation Flourish iron, save some money, have enough fertilizer for 3 years, that'd probably be a really good deal for me. And it would work out really well. I gotta keep track of where I am. See? Always show up with notes. Notes help everyone. But I'm thinking I might try the DIY ferts route. I'm just kind of terrified. Like, what if I hurt my animals? I don't want to do that, so I don't know. I will make a decision by next week, and hopefully you guys will have some great advice for me, and we will be able to figure this whole thing out. Now, back to this shot. We've come to the part of the episode where I am going to make a recommendation for a YouTube video that I have watched in, usually it's in the last week. Specifically because of the Mabuse Studios get-together and his appearance on Real Fish Talk, I discovered Tazawa Tanks. He's a really, really intelligent man, and in a recent episode, he talks about water changes. Specifically, some of the science, how it can affect your beneficial bacteria, all of that. And he lays it out in a really great video, and I would highly recommend that you follow the link that is down below in the comments. I swear, I just need it cut out of my hand making this gesture. But down in the comments, there is a link to his video, which I highly recommend that you all watch. It's an excellent bit of aquatic YouTubery, which is my new word for this, and so let's see. Not a lot. Didn't have a ton for you guys this week, and I'm not sure what I want to do next week. Next week, do I want to do something completely different? There's a really cool aquarium down at my library, a big saltwater tank that I might have to talk about. We could start planning the pea puffer tank. That could be fun. I don't know. Keep an eye on the Facebook page, and maybe I'll make an announcement sooner rather than later, but I will decide very soon what's going to go into this episode. And I think there'll be a decision about my fertilizer plan. I'll definitely get that in next week. And maybe we'll have a bit of bonus content. I do have the footage of myself putting together the media basket, which I'm going to bring up on this screen as soon as I accidentally totally bork that up. Oops. Turns out you can scroll stuff right off the screen in this software that I'm still learning. Yay, technical difficulties. So, I do have the footage of myself putting together the media basket. And I wonder if you guys might be interested in seeing that whole process. If you are, maybe we'll do that. Do the footage and talk about the process in the next episode. Otherwise, maybe if we don't do it next episode, maybe we'll put it out as bonus content. But that is a possibility. So if you're interested in seeing that, just let me know. Other than that, let's see. We're up to a whole 7 subscribers. So 7 of you. And I thank each and every one of you for your subscriptions. I'm actually kind of shocked I have subscribers already, and I really appreciate that. I think all that's left for this episode is to say, if you have any ideas for future episodes or things that I talk about here that you'd like to hear more about, comment below and let me know. Use the thumbs, the up, down. I don't kind of care which, but if you do a thumbs down, please let me know where you think I can improve the process. If you enjoyed the show, I highly recommend that you subscribe. Other than that, all we have left is to see you guys next Tuesday. I think next Tuesday I'm actually going to slide the episode back to probably either 3 or 4 o'clock. Maybe put it a little bit closer to when Real Fish Talk is getting ready to start, so that after after you guys finish here, you guys can all go to Real Fish Talk, which everybody should be watching. Everybody. And I guess that does it for this week. It's a tiny fish room, so there's only so much I can talk about. And We have no questions coming in as of yet, and when questions start happening, maybe we'll start going longer. But I guess I will see you next week. Why don't we try 4 o'clock next week instead of 2. So have a great week. Enjoy your fish. And don't freeze to death. I live in Wisconsin and it's really snowy. Stay out of the snow. It's cold. Unless you like to ski, then you can go out in it. But otherwise, stay inside with your fish tanks.